everyone! So as you can tell from the new background, I have successfully moved into my new apartment. I'm like 90% unpacked and set up and ready to go. I start work tomorrow and I start school on Wednesday, which I'm really excited. I'm filming this on Labor Day. This is my only day off this week, so I thought I would get my videos filmed. So today's video is one that was actually requested before I moved. As you guys know, if you've been watching my videos for the past month, I did a ton of unhauling, and one of the requests was moving tips and tricks. So I feel like my move was really successful, and I managed to do it in a way that was like relatively unstressful, and pretty much everything was set up by the second day. Like all the furniture and everything was pretty much set up. So my first tip is get rid of stuff. Get rid of so much stuff. I, as you guys know, unhauled a lot of books. I had somewhere between 500 and 600 books, and I got down to 163. I did do an entire video about getting rid of books, so I will link that in the comments down below, like in the description box, so you guys can go watch that. But it wasn't just books that I got rid of. I mean, I had been living at my mom's house for 6 years, but prior to that I had lived on my own, and I kind of just, when I decided to go back to school, I moved home and just kind of threw all my stuff in the basement. So I'd had stuff sitting in storage in the basement for about 6 years. So I started pretty much as soon as I found out I got into grad school and that I'd be moving, because this was a big move. This was like a 600-kilometer move. And I managed to do it in my friend's pickup truck and my friend's car, and managed to get pretty much everything here that I wanted to move. I think the only one big thing didn't make it, and that was my bike, which I was okay with because it's going to be winter soon, so I don't need it right away. I can wait until the spring to get it. And a large part of that is because I just purged. I purged like crazy. I really pared down my belongings. I went through all the boxes that had been in storage and got rid of, I want to say like 90% of things, if not 95. I went through all my clothes. I went through all my makeup. I went through pretty much everything that I owned, and I pared it down to the bare essentials. I am lucky in that my apartment has some decent storage. Like I've got a full-size closet, and I've got a front hall closet and a linen closet, and I've managed to like have some built-in, like some storage on shelves and stuff. But I knew I was moving to a space that's, I think it's about 400 square feet. So I don't have a lot of space. So I knew I just needed to get rid of things. So use your moving time as like kind of motivation to sort through and figure out what you really need. Moving tip number 2 is take a look at your lifestyle and kind of think about how you want to live. This was really important for me because my space is quite small. I had to think about what was important to me. Did I need a dining table? Did I need to have like a place where I could entertain? Or was it more important for me to have a couch where I could relax on and like play video games on and watch TV and have people over to have a more relaxed setting? Other things include how much like knives I need. When I was living in Toronto, I had bought one of those really cheap knife sets, and I ended up pitching it and splurging a bit more money, and I now only have about 3 knives in actually I have exactly 3 knives in my kitchen for cooking. I have my chef's knife, I have my paring knife, and I have my bread knife, and that's all I need. I really like took stock of the things that I like to make as far as cooking. I only have 3 pots for my stove. I have like a small pot, a medium-sized pot, and then I have a large cast iron enameled Dutch oven. I really kind of just thought about my lifestyle, thought about what I wanted to do with my lifestyle, and went from there. Tip number 2 is tip number 3 is start saving. This cost me a whole lot more than I thought it would. I initially budgeted about 1,500 Canadian dollars for this move, and I want to say it cost me closer to 3,000. I was really lucky in that my friends are awesome and I didn't have to pay for a moving truck or anything like that. But just getting stuff was really expensive. Like, it's hard when you're moving and you're like, I need pots, I need, you know, frying pans, I need knives, and this was all essential stuff. Like, I didn't really buy a lot of superfluous kind of non-necessary things. I think there were maybe 10 things that were like not needed, but you know, it was really hard to kind of just be like, oh, I need all this stuff, because I haven't, especially if you're moving from living at home, it will be even more expensive because you're just starting out. You have, like, there's a lot of things you're gonna need to buy. Tip number 4 is definitely label your boxes. Now, this is, the method I used is slightly different than what I'm gonna suggest, just because I didn't have a lot of stuff. So I had like 3 boxes for the bathroom, I had like 5 boxes for the kitchen. I really didn't have a lot of stuff to actually move. But what I would recommend is label your boxes with the room it's gonna go into, and then give it a number for priority. Like, do number 1 is stuff you're gonna need immediately. So things like dishes, things like glasses, things like, you know, your knives and stuff like that, cutlery. Give that a number 1 for that box that it goes into. That way you know which boxes to unpack first. And then tip number 5 is just kind of relax. Moving is super stressful, and it's gonna be awful. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Moving is not fun. It is not fun at all. Even with my friends helping, even though it was kind of like a fun road trip kind of thing, it is super stressful. But you kind of just need to take a deep breath, relax, and just enjoy the fact that you're moving into a new place and starting on a new adventure. So those are some of my moving tips and tricks, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye!